day 2 of the Spring Congress Swiss Pairs. We're walking in some pretty cold weather, although it might be because I have no hair and I can feel it a bit more than I normally would. So we're here at the Cedar Court Hotel. I'm following the man of this weekend is Gizzy. And hey Rob, I'm filming. This is Rob.
He's gone shaving.
I have, yes. I thought your hairstyle looks good. I'll aim for that. So we're here. Rob and Julia will say hi to them in a second. Just going to show you the playing area. I think we're in People's Way a bit here. So walking through. Going to get a morning coffee. We're in the Queen Room. I'm following Rob. And if you didn't watch yesterday's, thanks Rob. If you didn't watch yesterday's video, we are currently, hi Julia.
Hiya.
I'm just filming, 1 second.
Yeah.
We're currently in, I think, 3rd place. So I'm just gonna have a quick check exactly. I don't know who we're playing, but the screen is angled away from the playing area, but you can see who we've got, assuming it's still rotating. So it might not be, it doesn't seem to be scrolling down. Oh, there we go. Yeah, we're playing, we're in 3rd place, on 49. Leeds on 54, and 2nd place is on 51. We're playing Neil Igo and his partner, so we will do what we can there. Lots of people to say hi to, so I've got about half an hour to mingle. And, all right, I'm being heckled. Half an hour to mingle, and I'll be back with some hands as soon as we start playing. So I'm playing with this man today. I haven't seen him today. We saw him yesterday. He does smile because he's had a good set there. We are down as winning at 18-2. We played Neil, and we were probably winning 20-0 to the last board, which was bad. And I don't think there's anything. I'm not sure you can make him. I guess he's just found the best lead, isn't he? Just a passive spade lead.
Yeah, I'm sort of risking it if I'm risking my 9 if I start.
So double dummy, he can make more, but like the diamonds could be wide open.
I also knew we were winning, so
yeah. So Gizzy just made his contract, and that's fine. So we win the match. We had a good set. You get to 4 hearts on this hand. I'm just going to show you. I'm going to rotate it for future Steve, but it's the hand where your heart suit is Ace Jack 8 4th opposite Queen 7 5th. And as a whole hand, you're in 4 hearts. It's a good contract. You have 1 definite loser, it's a diamond, and they didn't lead a diamond, they led a spade. So the question is, how do you play the hearts? And I'm pretty sure this combination has made one of my videos before, and I think it's close, but I'll just reiterate it again, because again, this is another situation where it does gain. I think it's right, just looking at the heart suit in isolation, to run the queen. Now, what we're doing when we're doing this is that we're comparing 2 lines. You're comparing playing 1 to the jack versus running the queen, and what holdings does it gain against and what holdings does it lose against. And when you play 1 to the jack, basically if there's king X on side, I think they all win, sort of. We'll come back to that in a sec, it's not quite true. And if it's the king's offside and you play 1 to the jack and left hand follows and they're not breaking 4-0, again, it doesn't really matter. So if you run the queen, it loses to the king, you've got the rest of the hearts. If you play 1 to the jack, and it loses to the king. So it's only really relevant when the king's on side. So you're comparing holdings where the king's on side, and what is better, playing 1 to the jack or running the queen. Now, one situation where it immediately gains to play 1 to the jack is stiff king on side. But running the queen wins against stiff 10 or stiff 9 offside, as long as you prepare to finesse on the other way. And it's sort of restricted choice. The caveat to that, the downside to that is running the queen, if it goes king, ace, and then they play the 9 or the 10, and you now finesse into their remaining 9 or 10, because of restricted choice tells you should do that, you actually go off on 1 of the 2 breaks. So it feels like it's sort of even. Now, the extra chances it wins against 4-0 onside, and you can never win against 4-0 offside, assuming there's no end play. So although it's close on the face of it between the different holdings, I mean, because you are actually losing to one of the 2 with the king on side holdings, I actually think it is technically better. And on this hand, if you do it, you make 12. Actually, I think you make 13 as the cards lie on this particular hand, because if you could not lose the lead and draw trumps, you can actually cash all the clubs. And when clubs are 3-3, I think you have the rest of the tricks. I'm not sure. I haven't actually counted what his shape was. Maybe not. Maybe not. But I think you make. What do you make? You make 2 spades, 5 clubs, 5 hearts, and I think he might have too many dimes to those. So maybe you're still only making 12. But because you can make 12 here, maybe it's right to run the queen. And this is where, if it is, let's imagine it is right, and this is where experts win. They are 5% of the time going to get an extra trick on this board versus non-experts. Some of the time they'll lose, some of the time they'll gain. But let's say on average, this line is a 5% improvement. They're now going to get a better board 5% of the time. And it's the sort of little things, the little card combinations like this that make a difference, I think. As it happens, they made 11 against us, and I think most people will, but my guess is that some people have led a heart from my hand, and maybe that picks up the heart suit. If you lead a heart from my king third, which sometimes looks like a safe lead, either the ace is in dummy and your king's dead, or the ace is in declared and your king's living. But because you've got the 9 now, I don't think that's right. And I think you've got an equally passive spade lead at match points. There's no need to do anything risque. But some people had made 12, so either they've run the queen and then they finesse the 9, which I don't believe many people will do that in this field, or they've got a heart lead, in which case you can't help them making 12. But I think it's technically right to run the queen. And if you disagree with that, just let me know, because I'm doing this off the top of my head, basically. We've lost that round. We were playing the leaders, we were 2 behind, then we lost 15-5, so we've dropped a few places down. I haven't got time to give you a hand now. I might come back after the next round and give you some, because we've only got like 2 minutes before the next round's been called. I made an error, and then I was focusing on the error, and I think I did something wrong on the next board. So an error and a mistake. There's different things. So apologies, but we did start because he made 3N doubled. That was good. They doubled us in 3N, and I'm like, all right, I've got my bid. Hope Gizzy's got his, and then he led my 5-card suit without me showing my 5-card suit. He led it. So I think they can do better in defence, but I think it's always there because he played it well and he did. So it doesn't matter. We didn't lose horrendously bad. Gizzy and I came second in the Great Northern after losing 1 match, but the match we lost was like 19-1. So here 15-5 is a bit of a more reasonable loss. Obviously you'd like to lose closer, and maybe by the time I go back in it'll be 14-6 or something. So I felt closer than that. It felt like we had 3 boards our way and they had 4 boards their way. So it felt like only a 1-board swing, but maybe our bad boards were worse and our good ones were good. So that's probably going to be the case. So I don't know who we're playing next, but it's starting to get... The good pairs are drifting towards the top. I've seen Stefano a table away. So obviously he's a good pair we haven't played yet. We've played Ben and Dino. We've played the leaders, who are leading by even more now. So aims to catch them, and I'll come back with a hand in just a moment. We just had our best set yet, I think. Oh, we've got some food. Now I'm on a diet, so I'm not sure if I can eat any of this. I can probably eat the chili, maybe. I'll try. Yeah, we've got 20-0, and it puts us back on first. I think that the leaders of losing to Stefano, so as it stands, we'll play Stefano next. We're going to sit down. You can see that we've got 3 serving troughs, or whatever they were called in the explanation. I'm going to get some chili con carne and some salad. I think that's pretty much all I can eat from what's on offer. There's not much on offer, to be honest. It's just either chili or vegetarian chili. There might be something else down here, actually. That's a good point. Let's have a look what's down here.
Same stuff.
Same stuff, is it? All right, okay. All right, same stuff I've been told. So we're going to get that. We're going to find a place to sit, and maybe some people can join us. And I'll give you some lovely, lovely hands from set 3 of the day. So you get 3 spades on this hand. You have the hand with Jack to 6 spades. I think it's the north hand in the picture. And the bidding goes a diamond from east, pass from your partner, 2 hearts by West, weak. And you're vulnerable, they're not, but you just have to bid. You have to be bidding on this hand, and whether you bid double or 2 spades, you have to bid. Hello? Sorry, I'll move. I was just filming out the way, sorry. So you just have to be bidding here, I think. So I bid 2 spades. I think it's better to show the 6 spades than try and show spades and clubs, even though your spades aren't very good. I mean, they're not very good at all, but you've got 6 of them. And all partner needs is like honour to 3 to support you. I mean, if this gets doubled, well, shrug. So you just bid 2 spades, it's fairly obvious, and it goes 3 diamonds on your left, 3 spades from partner, pass. You've effectively got like an 11 count. Partner could have jumped to 4 spades, partner could have queued 3 hearts, partner hasn't got a good raise to 3 spades here, so you just pass it. And you've bought the contract in 3 spades, and when dummy goes down, you see you've done the right thing. You see that you've got very little defence to diamonds, depending on where the ace of spades is. You're going to make like 1 club probably, 2 hearts, and the king of spades maybe, if the ace of spades is on side, assuming spades are 2-2. So you've done the right thing, but you now just need to make 3 spades, and they lead the queen of hearts, and you win with the ace, and your intention is to try and draw trumps before they get any roughs going. You don't really mind if they try and force you, you've got so many spades. So you play a trick 2, you win the ace of hearts, a trick 2, you play a spade to the king, and that loses to the ace. Well, you know the right-hand opponent, the person with the weak hand in hearts, in this case West in the diagram, hasn't got many points, so the ace of spades is pretty much all they're going to have. So you know that the opening bid is going to have the ace of diamonds and the king of clubs and some other stuff. I mean, they have bid 3 diamonds voluntarily. So you get a bit of reprieve now. They play a diamond through your king, and it goes king ace, and then a second diamond, you rough it. And then when you play a second spade, the hand that had the ace had the queen. So there was ace queen of spades tight over your king, and they returned a heart, and the opening leader had a singleton. So you've been lucky here. They could have got a heart ruff, in which case you're going to go off because you're going to lose a club, a heart ruff, a diamond, and 2 spades. So as it's gone, there's no more trumps left. Dummy's got 1 more trump, and he played a heart back to your king. Well, now you can guarantee 9 tricks, I think. What you do is you rough the last diamond in dummy, and your last cards are, in your hand you've got 2 spades and 4 clubs, and in dummy you've got a spade, 4 clubs and a diamond. And you know where the king of clubs is. It's got to be with the opening bidder. They've turned up with nothing in spades, nothing in heart, well, the queen of hearts, and ace queen jack of diamonds. They must have the king of clubs for their opening bid and their rebid of 3 diamonds. So if clubs are 4-1, what can you do? Well, you can basically end play them now, because you've roughed the last diamond out, and you know that the hand with the king of clubs hasn't got a heart left. If they win a club, you know that they can only play clubs or diamonds back, and a diamond's a rough and discard. So what you do now at this point is you exit with the queen of clubs. There's no way they've got a singleton king of clubs. You can count the hand. They've turned up with 2-1 in the majors, so they must have club length. And if it turns out that they've got 4 clubs, this is the only way to avoid losing 2 club tricks. So you exit with the queen of clubs. If they've got king 10-9 small, yeah, they have to win. They have to then exit with a 10 or the 9. You win with the ace, and now you finesse the other one, because you had ace queen 8 and the jack 7 was in dummy. If the queen pins the 10 and the 9 on your right, similar position, they're going to force to give you a free finesse, and you're guaranteed to make it now. So I played the queen of clubs. I felt quite happy. I think I've played it well. The clubs are 3-2, so it didn't matter. But it's always worth, those extra chances we talked about. The extra chances don't always pay off, but if you always take them, then you're going to gain in the long run. So obviously the extra chance is going to work. Like, it's not going to work very often, because she's bid 3 diamonds. She's very likely to have 7 diamonds I think, because she's voluntarily bid 3 diamonds without that many points. So what is she going to do? That on just 6 with a singleton heart? Probably not. So I don't think it's going to work very often, but just when she has 4 clubs, at least I've guaranteed my contract, which is a pretty good board just to make 140, mainly because they missed the rough.
Are you going to do another hand?
Yeah, so doing another hand says, well, Boo, he wanted to chat to me because I'm really interesting to talk to. He's laughing at that bad joke. Alright, so I think I'm wrong here, and I had this hand. I have king, queen, 10, 5th, jack 5th, 10 doubleton, a stiff ace. And first question is, your dealer, is this an opening bid? And you're vulnerable. yeah, you're 5-5. Good spade suit. You've just got to be bidding this hand. What you don't want it to do is pass, and then it goes like weak 2 diamonds, 3 diamonds. You're like, do I need to come in here? So you bid a spade, and over this partner, game forces with 2 diamonds. So partner's got diamonds, natural game forcing. Okay, fine. This is easy. You show your hearts, and partner over this splinters to 4 clubs. Oh, they seem to have at least 11 clubs between them that haven't bid. Now, in my mind, we now have a 30-point pack. We now have, effectively, I have 7 points outside clubs, and my partner's game forcing hand, let's give him at least 12, is 12 outside clubs, and that's about 19 of the remaining 30 points we need. So that's a fair bit if partner's on a minimum. Partner could be better than that. And when partner Q splinters to 4 clubs, I'm like, I think I'm a bit too good to sign off. I have a 5th heart and a stiff ace of clubs. And my spades are decent, like the king, queen, they're playable opposite many 1 and 2 card spade suits. If partner's got stiff jack or the ace of spades is a bonus. And I'm like, I wanted to show a hand that was interested, that didn't have a diamond control. So I bid 4 spades. And when you are thinking of bidding key card or Q bidding or something, in a way that any response is going to put you at the 5 level, you've got to ask yourself the question, is the 5 level safe? And it's not, especially when Gizzy game forces on a 10 count. So I got to 5 spades and 5 hearts, sorry, and there's the full hand, or at least there's the full hand, and they lead a trump, so that's good. I know they haven't got the queen of trumps, and now I'm still missing that as well. Now I can drop the queen of trumps later in the hand. And I need to try and set one of my suits up. Now, if I set diamonds up, I'm basically guaranteeing to go 1 off. They're going to cash the 2 diamonds, and at some point they're going to get a spade or something like that. They're going to switch to a spade. Once they end with their first diamond, they'll switch to a club, and the second diamond, they'll switch to a spade. So I thought the best way to do this is to play them in the opposite orders, to play spades first, and then they might switch to a club, and then when they win a diamond, they might play a second club, not realising they have an 11 card fit. So that's exactly what happened. I played a spade at trick 2, allowing them to return either a club or a trump, but not a diamond. I don't want someone switching to a diamond. And with 7 diamonds in dummy, they're not going to do that very often. So they flew with the ace of spades, fine. My spades are looking good. And then they played a club through, so I win the ace. And then I play a second trump. They're 2-2, I drop the queen. Oh, I'm in here. Oh, now I've actually got a legitimate chance, I think, if someone with a singleton diamond on her wins it and can't and doesn't want to play a spade for whatever reason. They might have to give me a rough and discard, and they don't know I've got a singleton club here. So I played the queen of diamonds, looking like a man to take the finesse. It went small king, and then they pondered for a bit and played the king of clubs, thinking it can't possibly be getting a rough and discard, and now I can rough in dummy and throw my losing diamond away. And when I rough a diamond off dummy, the ace falls and dummy's good. I think you'll find that dummy had the 7 of diamonds, so I think I've beard my partner. Yum, yum, yum. Don't let bad suits stop you bidding. As you might have heard before, it's a bidder's game. And there were 2 boards today where I feel I need to bid, so I do it. And we effectively win the board in the auction or get a good board from the auction. The first one of those is this one. You pick up queen 3rd, jack 10, 9 to 6, king, queen, x, singleton. And the bidding goes pass 1 club to you. Now 1 club could be short, but like I want to be bidding here. And if I'm going to be bidding, I want to be bidding the thing that's the most hurtful. Now, if I was favourable and I was 6-4, I might choose to bid 3 hearts, but unfavourable, I think 2 hearts is clear here. I think you don't mind partner raising on a 3rd heart, really. You have a singleton. Your king, queen, x of diamonds is probably going to be 2 tricks because the opening bid is to your right. And if partner's got a few values, you might even make 3 hearts. So I think that's clear. And if you've got these hang-ups on not having, on my week 2s, my jump over calls have to have 2 of the top 3 honors when we're vulnerable, well, I think you're just missing out on value. It's good that partner can trust you for that when you do it, and partner can judge a bit better when you do it, because Gizzy, but he knows that when he's a passed hand, I've got a bit of leeway. Now, I might not open this a week 2 first in vulnerable against not, because I might feel like I need to have a better suit. But when he's passed and they've bid a club, I want to stop them finding a spade fit. I want to put them to a hard guess. I want it to go double 3 hearts, and then they have a difficult bid to make, that sort of thing. As it wears, I'll just show you the full hand so you can see what we did on the board. But this went pass, Gizzy raised to 3 hearts and his ace king X. He goes, I'm not going to hang, partner. He's probably got the queen. I can afford to raise here, and he can, I think. His clubs aren't well placed, but he's got almost an opening hand himself. So 3 hearts should be, if it goes 1 off, they've probably got 3 spades on. And the hand that is sat in the west seat has got too good a hand to pass, he thought. So he did a takeout double, and then they run to 4 diamonds. They got 2 off, we get plus 200. So that felt really good. And obviously, if I just bid 1 heart, we might not push them up. And more importantly, what happens if he goes 1 heart, he might get 1 heart pass, unassuming Q bid double. And by the time we push the 3 hearts, the hand that's opened and had already had time to take a second action might not take a third action over 3 hearts. We put them to the guess very quickly. We put them to... we basically says, if you're better than you have, bet you could be, this is your last chance to show it. And all he done is open a club, and he thinks he's too good, and I agree with him. I think he should be doing a takeout double. And so the 2-heart aggressive bid wins the board. And if you don't bid 2 hearts in that, you'd have lost out. The other board we did it on was this one, and this was in the match we were losing, we ended up losing it. But we had 3-end doubled making, and then we had 4 bad boards, including a mistake. Well, they defended well, and then I made a mistake, and then we both made a mistake on the same board. So we weren't doing very well, and I didn't do it because we weren't doing very well. I did it because it matches my theory of when to overcall on 4-card suits. So I've already given it away here. This is your hand. You've got ace queen jack X of spades. You've got ace X of hearts, jack to 3 diamonds, and 4 small clubs. And again, it goes pass 1 club to you. You want to make a bid with this hand. This is the last chance you're going to have in the auction, probably. It's unlikely partner's going to protect. You don't want to find the heart fit if they've got one. Or you at least want to make it difficult to find the heart fit. For example, if the hand on your left has 5 hearts but not strong enough to be 2 hearts, they might double, your partner might preempt in spades, and they might find it hard to find it like a 5-3 heart fit or something like that. As it went, I overcall a spade, and I only do it on if it matches these 3 criteria. Basically, I'll just go through my 4-card suit. Length of the suit that's opened on your right, there is a theory behind that, I won't go into it. A good suit, and as a 4-card suit goes, this is decent, and reason to believe I need to be bidding. Okay, so I think all of those 3 criteria are met, and so I can overcall on the 4-card suit here. So I don't do it all the time. I said to Gizzy it's probably going to come up once this weekend, and then he goes pass 3 spades. And now the next hand's in trouble, so Gizzy's preempted him out of it. I'm looking a bit worried, but Gizzy's jumped to 3 spades with 4-card support. That's all I know. He's got at least 4 spades, and hopefully he's got a bit of distribution. And the next hand doubles, and he goes pass 4 hearts, pass, 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 and that drifts off. There's the full hand. And I think the next hand possibly doesn't have a double because they've got king to 3 spades. They know partner hasn't taken an action over 1 spade with short spades, so they know partner's got very little, and there's a danger that they just don't have a good fit. And 3 spades, you've got a chance of beating 3 spades. As it happens, you need to lead a heart to beat 3 spades. And there's no guarantee to do that if this hand hasn't shown hearts, because they're either going to pass it out or they're going to double and they're not going to be defending 3 spades. So as it happens, we only beat 4 hearts by 1. It's difficult for us to beat it by 2. Double dummy says we can. I think we have to attack diamonds and force dummy before we give them a spade ruff to their hands so they can start drawing trumps. So it's difficult, but we beat it by 1 for a decent board, I think, and put him to the guess. And again, do you want to be playing against the pair that passes on these hands, or do you want to be playing against the pair that is putting you... Imagine you've got the strong hand in this table. Do you want to be playing against people who are, by the time it gets back to you, you're already deciding what to do over 3 spades? It's a very difficult decision to be in, especially when they've got a massive range of hands for what they're overcalling on and preempting on. So I would much rather play against people who just pass throughout and are very timid. So I'm getting in there, I'm getting bidding, and when I've bid on these 2 hands, that other people may not make the same actions on me. They don't always gain, but you're trying to pick boards that are going to gain more than not. And so having these requirements that your 2-card minors always need to be 6-card suits, that your preempts always need to have 2 of the top 3 honors, or blah, 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 or that your weak 2s can't have 2 aces, that sort of thing. Well, I think you're just missing value. So we're done for session 2 of the 3 sessions events, and last year I had enough content to turn today into 2 videos, and I think I do today. I've already done several hands. You can see we are 3 VPs clear ahead of 2nd and 3rd, and we haven't played 2nd, 3rd or 4th. So my guess is our next matches will be some combinations of those people. We're playing Stefano next. No offence to anyone else in the field, it's one of the toughest matches we potentially have left to play. We'll do what we can. The leaders lost 16-4 to Stefano, but we won 20-0, so we overtook them. Yeah, we'll do what we want. I'm going to try and arrange some games for Easter. Had a nice meal. I'm going to get some more water or maybe some coffee if I can find it. And we'll be back for the next video. We're 3 sessions to go, 3 VPs clear. So hopefully by the end, that means we'll be 4 VPs clear.